Welcome to ProSkate Ice Arena in South Brunswick, New Jersey. A night in January where it's cooler outside the rink than it is inside of it. But we've got a good game for you today. Farmingdale State and Rutgers meeting for the first time this season, the first time since the postseason last year, in which Farmingdale State eliminated Rutgers. I'm Matthew Aaron with Breakout Sports. It's great to be with you on this Saturday night. Rutgers getting back into the swing of things, their second game since the winter break for Farmingdale State. It's their first game since December the 7th. So let's see whether it's a rust versus rest thing, although I don't know how much rest you can have if you haven't played in about 6 weeks. Rutgers in white with the red pants and red numbers, all black with green numbers for the Rams. This is centered out in front and cleared away to be brought ahead by Marco Malandrucolo, number 23 for Farmingdale State. Coming in his 21st game with 3 goals. Rutgers brings it in with Gavin Rieger, at least he attempted to. As this top line for Rutgers that started the game has a lot of goals in it. This has been a team that scored a ton. We're going to get a penalty, I think, here in the first minute 3 of the game. Or, in fact, the net got knocked off the pegs as someone wiped out the net. No penalty. So no penalty, it's just a player that wiped down in the boards. Luke Lafata will take the face-off, number 80, against Dominic Pankey, number 19, and I think the net might be off the pegs again, or at least it looks like it. A shot from the point. That was from Kevin Manzi, number 22. He is a junior from Franklin Square, New York, in his 23rd game. Tried to get that point shot through, but the net was, in fact, off the pegs again, so they're going to have to get that readjusted in behind Aaron Rodriguez, the starter for Rutgers, the senior from Howell, New Jersey. He has a 7-1 record, 2.99 goals against, 905 save percentage. So he's had a very good season for the Scarlet Knights, who are having a great season of their own. 14-4-1, that's one tie. Last year they were 10-9 through their first 19 games. They're ranked number 8 in all of AAU. They've been in the top 5 at times this season. Their last game was a win over Yeshiva. They had a tie against Stockton right before the holiday break, so they're trying to get back into the swing of things. There's another fired shot from Noah Lavoie, blasted well over the top. And Farmingdale State with the first 3 shots on goal in this game. And Christian Hoppler, number 63, is going to try to break in along the left wing against Lafata. He circles behind the net, gets it out in front. Pankey shot just over the top. Manzi might have gotten his stick in the middle of that shot attempt. So Rutgers with its first little flurry in the offensive zone. Pankey will try to wriggle his way through a couple, and there's too many black shirts back there. And eventually, it'll be the Rams to bring it ahead. It's Manzi down the left wing looking for options. Now center's out in front, and they score! 2 minutes into the game, immediately, a quick rush down the left wing for Manzi, a centering pass that's turned in, and the Rams have a 1-0 lead. Really nice start, and it's Joseph Castellano, number 88, scoring his 11th goal of the season. A really nice rush. Manzi did a really good job to set that up along the wing. And a fascinating start to this game for the Rams, who have not played since a 4-3 loss against Kutztown on December the 7th, but that's exactly the start Vin Cacciatore and his team would have wanted. Starting in the offensive zone with some energy and with some purpose. Down in the corner was Castellano and Luke Ferrazzi, who are trying to create some space. Rutgers trying to clear, they don't. It's Ferrazzi trying to play it on back for Reed Facette, number 11. Now it's back with Drew Dankowski, sophomore defenseman from Ridgefield, Connecticut for Rutgers, number 6. This is going to go all the way down on Luke Richardson, the goaltender for the Rams, 10-7-2, 3.53 goals against, a save percentage just below 900. From Smithtown, New York, he is a junior, not the recently fired Chicago Blackhawks head coach, Luke Richardson. Michael Pantry taking the face-off, this Rutgers captain, who had missed 12 games with an injury, returned on Monday when they won 11-5 against Yeshiva. And you know Tony Thomas and company are very happy to have their captain back. A.J. Angress trying to work his way, number 88. Look for Pantry. It was just out of his reach. Pantry to the front trying to find Gianco. He couldn't get that out of his skates. Point shot That was a good point shot. Comes through. Gianco is able to get it back on net, where it's swallowed up by Richardson. Nice work there from the point from Tim Downs and Ivan Patapovich, that top blue line pairing for Tony Thomas. You're going to see a lot of them tonight. Patapovich, it's going to be hard to miss him. He's 6'5", freshman from Fair Lawn, New Jersey, and he makes himself noticed everywhere he is on the ice. It was Donald Pace who tried to take it away, number 86. Puck never left the zone. Now number 61, Tyler Wadika, another freshman. He had it ripped away. Pantry is able to get it back towards the edge of the blue paint, but Richardson once again able to cover it up. So Rutgers responding well after that early goal they gave up. 16:33 to go in the opening period. Rutgers this season has scored 126 goals. That's 6.63 goals a game. Farmingdale State scored 119, which is 5.4 goals a game. So an early goal I don't think is that surprising. It's a matter of how many we get. Good work from Rieger trying to set that up from the far wing. Down low for Weisberg. Zimmerman, of course, the great scorer for Rutgers, coming in with 21 goals and 12 assists, which 33 points. Another shot from Weisberg never reached the net. Zimmerman will center it back. Weisberg's got room. Out in front, Rieger scores. And the Rutgers top line does exactly what you would expect it to do and ties the game about 2 minutes after giving up the lead. Rieger's 15th of the year. Really good work by that entire line. And Rutgers has tied it up with 3:54 played in the opening period. As the passing of that line is so slick. Makes it hard to miss. And now, can the Rams respond? That was in the States. Marco Malandrucolo, and he's able to cross. Rieger flubbed the pass. It might have been partially deflected. Back with Weisberg, and Zimmerman again going to work. That's canceled out in front by Arthur Merviak, defenseman from West Babylon, New York, number 6. Another dangerous centering pass that had to be read smartly. Weisberg plays it back ahead. Zimmerman's got space. Rieger trailing the play. Zimmerman, it's stopped by Richardson. Merviak will try to get up the wall on the backhand. It's only as far as Avery Acuna, number 23, the blue liner from Little Falls, New Jersey. But back the other way comes Brendan Dixon from Bethpage, New York. He's got 18 goals and 34 points on the season. It's 16 goals and 34 points on the season. The play's going to be offside if Rutgers touches. But the Rams clear the zone. Kayanaway tries to play it ahead. Rutgers will be forced to regroup. So Ryan Morotek, number 16, only the second game of his career, gets it across for Cam Egan. Try to get his way through. Check of Louis Acone, number 21. He was parked down in front in good defensive position. Acuna tries to slide it up the wall. Rutgers will try to work their way back into the zone. They can't do so cleanly. Acone pushing ahead on the right wing. Tried to center it, but there's only white shirts back. Up the wall, Egan trying to clear. Stuck along the kick plate. It was Christopher D'Andrea trying to play it down the wall. Centering pass from Manzi was broken up. And now back the other way comes Morotek. He leads the rush, trying to glide his way into the zone himself. Unable to do so. On the wall, Morotek, he lost the puck. It's Luke Lafata sending it ahead. This might be icing. Little too far for D'Andrea, and that will be icing. The Farmingdale State bench doesn't like the icing call. They think that D'Andrea was the closest to the puck. He was not. So offensive zone face-off for the Scarlet Knights. 5:56 in, they have a 7-4 shot advantage. It'll be Owen Hogan, freshman from Fairhaven, New Jersey, to take the face-off. Against Lafata and company, who are stuck on the ice. Lafata trying to push it ahead. He's got some room now to get this puck out, which he will. Noah Lavoie trying to spin his way through a couple of defenders back there. It's a dangerous check. Dankowski went down to the end boards in a heap, but he's all right. Centering pass was under the stick of Brian Arredondo, junior from North Arlington, New Jersey, number 11, who clears it to center. Manzi back ahead. Lavoie took the bump from Hogan. Coming all the way in is a good save on Derek Sheben by Rodriguez once again. Another chance to flex just wide. So right back to offense for the Rams after that stretch where they gave up the goal and were spending time in their own zone. Another big hit in the corner. This has been a physical game to start, no surprise. These two teams have a combined 26 wins and only 12 losses. Manzi, who set up the first goal, into the slot. It's going to come all the way back for a shot from Lena that never quite hit the target. Another chance, and Lavoie wrists it over the top. Lena can't hold in, and they'll have to chase back at center. Lawrence Lena, freshman from Islip, New York. Most all these players are from somewhere in around Farmingdale State on Long Island. Ferrazzi in the corner, along with Castellano. Rutgers trying to clear the zone. They do. That was Vincent Smythe who got it ahead. He tried to find Angres and didn't connect on the pass. Andrew stick just went flying. Gianco makes a nice move. Gianco could be in. Backhand shot is stopped by Richardson. Little mini breakaway after a stick went flying. That was from Michael Melandrucolo. And it turned into a great chance for the Scarlet Knights. Gianco had his stick lifted. Nice back check from Castellano. Otherwise, Gianco was going to have another good scoring chance. Patapovic's shot is stopped. There was a screen in front. Gianco again, right corner. Centering pass got broken up. That was another cross-ice pass. Patapovic makes a nice move. Gets around Castellano, and the shot is swallowed up by Richardson. So good work from Rutgers in the offensive zone. They now lead in the shot department 9-8 in the first 8 minutes. A lot of pucks getting to the net. And goaltenders having to be sharp early as the Rutgers top line comes right back on the ice. Rieger, Zimmerman, and Weisberg. We already know what they're capable of doing in the offensive zone. Such creative passing, great movement. There's good understanding of those players, and the chemistry, it's just off the charts. That was Downs who kept it in, but it's poked free and taken here by Colin Cross, senior from Islip Terrace, New York. He tried to make his way into the zone, and now it comes back the other way with Rieger. Watch out here on the right wing. Zimmerman's cross ice. Shot is stopped by Richardson. Glove down in front. As D'Alessandro tried to clear, he didn't. That was centered off of the goaltender Richardson by Zimmerman, who was looking for another chance. Rieger filters it ahead. Saccone and D'Alessandro are back. Rutgers able to touch up Zimmerman. Side of the net. Centering out in front. Couldn't get it to Rieger. A good opportunity. But Cross was in good defensive position, as was Wadika. And it was Wadika who ended up going hard into the boards in front of the Farmingdale State bench. But he's all right. Manzi for Lena as the Rams try to get some mojo back in the offensive zone. It's been not ping pong in the sense it's been up and down open hockey. It's been consistent stretches of offense for one team followed by consistent stretches of offense for another. That was Manzi turning it back the other way. Loose to the line. Zimmerman hadn't got off the ice yet. Manzi took a tumble. Now D'Alessandro couldn't get that through Acuna. Rieger and Zimmerman still on the ice together. Rieger looking for another. The shot was blocked. Lena got his shin pad in the way. Rieger circling. For Zimmerman, left circle. Nice poke check from Dixon. This is going to be a fun matchup to watch the top lines go against one another. A lot of scoring, as we talked about, and we'll continue to talk about throughout the night. Here is Dixon. Showed too much of it to Egan, but D'Alessandro showed too much of it to Egan as well. Marco Malandrucolo canceled out behind the net. That's Acuna trying to paste his man to the boards, and eventually Hoppler finds some room. Left wing side, going to chip and chase. Almost was able to connect there with Morotek. Egan keeps it in. Ended up hitting a skate. Egan trying to push his way up the wall through D'Alessandro. In a way, that's off a boot and right back to center. Dixon was in good defensive position once again. Halfway through first period, 1-1. Goals very early on. Castellano and Rieger for each team. Egan behind the net. Centering pass almost found Hoppler, but a really nice play from Lavoie, who charges the other way. He's got DeAndrea with him. Never did reach him because of Inouye's good defensive positioning. Good stick. A lot of the defensive plays we've seen tonight are good stick plays, not necessarily checks. DeAndrea, sharp angle. I don't think that ever hit the net. Rodriguez had that near post covered. Trying to center it all the way back up for Lavoie. He's going to have to get through Inouye, which he did, and then took another check. Egan tried to clear, and he just did muscle it out. And Saccone and company reset. Lavoie pushes it back ahead. That went off the skate of Lafata. Egan had it poked away, but Rutgers should be able to regroup. But they turn it over. Lafata trying to center. Side of the net. Rodriguez covers. Good forecheck from the Rams. As you said, their last game was a 4-3 loss to Kutztown on the 7th of December. They're only 5-5 in their last 10. They only have 2 wins since November 15th. They're 2-5, but that sounds a little misleading. It is because this is their first game since the break, and they only have 4 left afterwards. They're in good shape. In the ECHC Black Division, I should say. We've got a penalty coming up. It will be a hook. Let's see who it is on. Well, the Rams, who got off to such a good start this season, are now going to have to find a way to get their rhythm back. It's Reed Facette who's going to go to the box for a hook. Freshman from Plattsburgh, New York. He's played in every game this season, and now it's the first opportunity for Rutgers on the power play. Big line plus Hoppler and Patapovich on the ice right now for the Scarlet Knights. This is a group that can generate plenty. Power play is averaging just about a goal a game. It's a very healthy power play, especially when you have this line playing the way it is. Nice close control there from Rieger. It's back to Patapovich. They looked for a backdoor tip from Zimmerman that wasn't available, and the Rams clear. That was nice defensive positioning from Manzi, who helped set up the goal earlier. Now doing good work on the penalty kill. Zimmerman. Faisberg trying to tap it ahead. It's Manzi back the other way shorthanded. Zimmerman and Patapovich are both back, so the best play for Manzi is to try to kill time. He wanted to send it across for pace. And he'll kill some time throwing it along the kick plate. 1:15 to go on this power play for the Scarlet Knights. Farmingdale State has given up 15 power play goals against this season. Rieger and Zimmerman looking for a stick on the ice in the slot. They wanted Hoppler. That was again broken up. It was Michael Melandrucolo who did a really good job again. Right in front of the net. Good defensive positioning to break up that cross ice fast. Zimmerman and Faisberg try to play catch. It was partially broken up. Patapovich didn't keep that in. The play's offside because Rutgers touched. But Castellano, as well as Marco Melandrucolo, would have been on a possible 2-on-0 breakaway if that whistle didn't go. Saccone is talking with the linesman and asking, why did you blow the whistle? Didn't look like a Rutgers player touched the puck there, but that's what the linesman saw, and it's a bit of a tough break. Rams only have 2 shorthanded goals on the season. Morotek getting some power play time in only his second game of the year. Trying to look for some room. Pankey's on the ice, as well as Hogan, Downs, and Inouye, as once again the Rams clear. Very good penalty kill. I don't think there's been a shot on goal as of yet for the Scarlet Knights. It's Downs looking for some room. 2 defensemen here. Inouye playing a little bit further ahead, as Hogan will look for some space with 3 seconds and 2 on the power play, which has now been killed off. And there's a chance for a possible breakaway out of the box, but before that, are they going to get called for too many men? That's what it looked like might have just happened. Very sloppy change at the end of a penalty kill. It turns out everything's all right. It looked like they might call too many men there for a second. They did not. So no harm, no foul. Up the wing is Brian Slattery, number 72. He tries to slide it along. And Kowski able to chip that off of Joseph D'Alessandro and out to center. And into the bench. 6 minutes to go in the opening period. Rutgers now 0 for 1 on the power play. Didn't get a lot going in that man advantage. Don't think they picked up any registered shots on goal, and certainly that top line of Zimmerman, Weisberg, and Rieger didn't do a whole lot. That play was touched with a high stick, so draw is going to be brought back to the neutral zone. And so credit to the Rams, who after face-off actually was an intentional high stick, so they're going to bring it all the way back into the offensive zone for the Rams, I should say. Score that early goal about 2 minutes into the game. Rutgers comes back with a goal, and then a great stretch of hockey after that. Get the power play, but the Rams kill it off, and they've kept themselves in a good position in this game because Rutgers, when they get going on offense, it can become very hard to stop them. They have a game this year, it's Princeton, where they scored 17 goals. Pantry couldn't win that face-off. Rams clear. And Kowski tried to send it across, almost turned it over. In his own zone, D'Andrea had to wait to touch up while his team got back on side, so he had to just dump it in. Angress has some room. Looking for a cross-ice pass. Gianco got ahead of Lena. Able to go to the corner with it. Gianco, sophomore from Mendham, New Jersey. 3 goals, 6 assists on the season, only his 11th game. Back the other way, LaFata picks up ahead of steam. He doesn't have a ton of support. Now he's a little more now, and he ended up running into Dankowski, and the puck ends up in the corner. Kowski with a player right on his back, trying to use the near wall to get out. No room to do so first time, and the second time it's taken back by Lavoie, who's going to touch up. Glides by one check, tried to go all the way through. That was an important check from Daniel Wright, number 77. Junior from Morristown, New Jersey. He might have saved a goal there because Lavoie was breaking all the way in. Michael Malandrucolo, number 10, sweeping behind the net from the left wing. Played up the wall. It's too far for Angrass. He needs to go get a change. Hogan's come on the ice as well for the Scarlet Knights. As LaFata turns it ahead to the blue line. Smythe trying to take that away from D'Andrea. Now Merviak will push it ahead. 4 minutes to go, thereabouts, in the first period of a 1-1 game. Very even. There have been stretches where both teams have dominated play in the offensive zone, and those stretches have then been canceled out by a stretch for the opposition. Hogan trying to make a move on Saccone just inside the line. Arredondo trying to push it up the wall. He left the puck behind. Saccone comes back to support behind his own net. Uses the glass, gets it all the way down. It was tipped, no icing. And Rodriguez should be able to play it. Well, that's a little bit far for Downs. Another chance in front. Never reached the net because of a diving Smythe. Another centering pass got blocked away. Good work again from the Rams in the offensive zone. Marco Malandrucolo in a stick battle with Patapovic, and it comes back up high for Saccone, and the shot's well wide. D'Alessandro, far point. Rams trying to break that puck towards the high slot, but there's no room. Rutgers doing a good job right now protecting the house. Arredondo should be able to flip this out. He will. And Saccone will try to set something up again. Marco Malandrucolo dropping it off. Nick D'Alessandro, I think he hit his own man there with the shot. And Malandrucolo is down in a heap. I don't think he was able to get out of the way, unfortunately, of a point shot from his teammate. And it hit him in a place where there isn't a lot of protection. And he's having trouble getting up. .247 to go in this opening period of a 1-1 game. Very even game, good flow to it, not a ton of whistles. Unfortunately, with this injury, there's a stoppage right now. I think it just was a point shot that he was inadvertently in the way of, and it hit him in a pot of the body where there isn't enough protection and padding. Fortunately, still not up yet. I catch his bearings, and I think Now he is able to get to his feet. It's good to see. He's skating with a little bit of help and now should be able to skate back to the bench. It was Marco Melendricolo, freshman from Wisconsin, New York, in his 21st game of the season. He'll get to the bench and hopefully he's okay. Just one of those unfortunate plays that sometimes happens where you're in the way of a hard point shot and it hits you in a spot in the body where there isn't any protection. Rutgers' big line and the Rams' big line are both back on the ice. Starters up front at least, as Manzi will sweep it off these near boards and get it in deep. Second D pairing, it's Inouye and Acuna on the ice for the Scarlet Knights. Under pressure there is this Rutgers blue line from Dixon, who has been pretty quiet as of yet, but that could change in a hurry. Here's Manzi, center point, looking to shoot, and Rodriguez makes the stop. First shot in a long time for the Rams. Maybe the first shot in feels like minutes. Rieger, meanwhile, shooting one, a save, and rebound. Zimmerman had his stick lifted. Manzi again defensively in very good position. Otherwise, this Rutgers top line is going to continue to make the plays they've been making. Manzi again, operating from that left wing where he's very dangerous. Now, Nick D'Alessandro trying to cut to the middle. Puck was in his skates, and Rieger will take the other way. With Weisberg, Zimmerman trailing. It's 3-on-2 if they hustle. Rieger unable to get the pass across. Zimmerman trying to fish that out along the near boards. Another shot is stopped, and a rebound fluttered wide. That was from Acuna. Dixon forced to circle back. Zimmerman, good pressure, but Dixon wriggled his way through it. D'Alessandro tips it in. He needs a change. He'll go get one. 1:23 to go in this opening period. Shots are now 12-10 Scarlet Knights. Zimmerman trying to take ahead of Merviak. He goes down Zimmerman. There's no penalty. I think this might have gotten skates inadvertently tangled up. Merviak to center, but taken by right. Another 6'2 blue line, a right shot. Hoppler chips and chases. Gets it back with a minute to go in the period. Pankey, though, they're offside. Linesman spotted that right away. It looked like a nice combination being brought in from Hoppler and Pankey. Hoppler has 13 goals and 9 assists on the season. Pankey has 9 goals and 7 assists. They're playing with Morotek, the freshman from Morristown, New Jersey. And this line's had a little juice tonight, as Dankowski trying to funnel it in, and then it deflects out of play. 52.6 to go in the opening frame. Scarlet Knights this season, they've played only 2 D2 teams, but they've beaten both of them. The Rams are 7-0-1 in their schedule against D3 teams. D2, D3, they'll sometimes play each other. Depending on the divisions, can end up playing a lot more often, and that's been a lot of this Rams schedule. But they've been very good against D3 teams, but Rutgers is one of the best D3 teams in the country. Pankey out in front, tried to pull the trigger. The puck just sat there for a second in the blue paint. Couldn't elevate his stick. Castellano is in trouble. Trying to slide that over for Ferrazzi. Up the wall with 17 seconds to go. It's back with Castellano. He'll sling it in. Rodriguez, that took a funny hop. He's got to get back to play it. He ended up just having to fling it behind the net. Loosen the side of the net for a second. Comes back up high. This is Ciccone with his shot. That deflects to the corner, and it hit the screen. Rodriguez got a bit fooled by that bounce off the kick plate. It came right to the side of the net, and he got back just in time to play it out of immediate danger. Rams pull the goaltender Richardson, 2.2 seconds left, so they'll have a very brief 6-on-5. Dixon's going to come out as the extra skater. They're trying to set up a face-off play. Quick face-off win and get a shot from this near side, and they do get a shot away, but it was blocked. That was D'Andrea who got the shot in. And that will end the first period, a really good first period. Early goal from Castellano for the Rams. Canceled out by an equalizer from Rieger. About 2 minutes later, Scarlet Knights 0 for 1 on the power play. They have a 12-10 shot advantage. But this game, which we thought would be a pretty closely contested game through one period, is. Second period about to get underway at ProSkate in South Brunswick, New Jersey. Rutgers and Farmingdale stayed. It's a 1-1 game as we head to the second period. Matthew, Aaron, it's so great to have you with us in Breakout Sports on this very cold Saturday evening. We're one of those rare Saturdays in January, even now, where it's warmer inside the rink than it is outside of it. It was a very even first period. Early goals from both the Scarlet Knights and the Rams as the Scarlet Knights are looking for another. It was Vaisberg's shot that got blocked on the way in. Patapovic has to hustle with Nick D'Alessandro bearing down on him, and he ended up missing his check and sliding into the end boards. Patapovic trying to push his way through pressure. Puck is still loose along the red line. And a little good stick there from Dixon as that ended up going over the line and in, and then it was cleared off a stick into the safety netting. So the faceoff will come down to this end of the ice. We've switched ends. It was a 12-10 shot advantage for the Scarlet Knights in the first period. A lot of action early. The goals were both inside of the first 4 minutes of the period. Rutgers failed to convert on a power play, but it's been a very even game since. Rieger, who has the goal, trying to center it, gets it back up for Downs. Now Patapovic. Right shot did not make its way through. Patapovic almost followed up his own shot as Len is able to slide it ahead. Lavoie, who was a very lively forward in that first period, D'Andrea to the corner, number 78 for Farmingdale, New York. And that came out in front. A good look for Lavoie, and Rodriguez made the stop. Somehow he was able to find himself free, and now Vaisberg gets it to Zimmerman, who also finds himself free. It rolled on him. He's going to try again and scores. He got a breakaway, lost the handle for a second, then got it back and slid it right through the 5-hole of Richardson. And the Scarlet Knights top line does it again and makes it 2-1. Zimmerman's 22nd goal of the season. Came in tied for 5th in goals in AAU, M3 coming into the game. He's going to move up that with a goal a minute 22 into this second period. I thought that chance had pretty much gone away because it rolled off of Zimmerman's tape the first time. The pass was a little out in front of him, but you can't give 91 and white a breakaway like that. He's going to make you pay, and the Scarlet Knights now have a 2-1 lead. Can the Rams respond? Rutgers responded quickly after giving up a goal earlier, and a point shot comes through and well wide. That was from Merviak. That was Michael Melandrucolo who couldn't keep it in. Facette tries to throw it back in, number 11. As now it's time for the Rams to show a little bit of grit and toughness and get this game back even. Castellano, number 88, in a duel along the boards. 2v3. Rutgers outnumbering the Rams, and now Hoppler takes it away. Center lane, trying to work his way in. He ends up losing his balance. In the corner, Pankey. As they'll play catch behind the net. It was Hoppler along there with Egan. Good second line for the Scarlet Knights. Now this is taken by Ferrazzi. He didn't get it out, though. Pankey tried to sweep it back. Hoppler was on the wrong side of the blue line. So Rutgers has to regroup in the neutral zone. In away with a little flip. Hoppler ends up playing it kindly to himself. Almost carried it in. Merviak made a nice play to prevent the entry. And now Egan will try himself. Cross ice for Hogan. It comes through him. Now what can the Rams do? They had a flurry of shots early in this game, but then have struggled getting shots of late. Here's Saccone, number 21, in his 19th game of the season. Senior from Coram, New York. Playing that ahead for Wadika. And trying to send in Colin Cross, number 57, but Inouye is back defensively, and that just hopped over the stick of Saccone at the far point. Here's Hogan going towards the net, and the backhand shot just missed the target. Rutgers starting to find some more odd man advantages. Penalties coming up here. It's going to be against the Scarlet Knights. Power play for a trip. It was a play in the neutral zone. Donald Pace and Colin Cross were both tied up. It was Pace that ended up hitting the ice. And it's going to be right. First power play of the game for this Farmingdale State team that scores 1.4 power play goals per game, 31 of them in their 22 games. It's a good record, and now we got to see if they could get something going. They have struggled to generate offense. Dixon whacks one on net, and Rodriguez made a good save with his pad. Saw it the whole way, though. D'Andrea slides it along the boards. Dixon far point. He tried to center it. That got intercepted by Gianco. He's got a 2-on-1. He finds Pantry, and the shot just missed. 2-on-1 shorthanded break, but Pantry missed the target, and Castellano back the other way, slings it along the boards. D'Andrea lets it run. Lavoie comes and gets it. Lavoie's going to try to shoot. Rodriguez got the blocker on it. Lavoie's got it back, a minute 15 on the power play. Dixon running the point. Lavoie, cross ice, that's right into the skates of Gianco, who sends it the length. So good work by this first group of penalty killers for the Scarlet Knights. I've got more work to do, though, as the Rams break their way back in. Here's Dixon in the corner, has to pull up, ends up losing his balance. Castellano ended up keeping it alive at the point. Lavoie in the corner. Dixon slides it across. Ferrazzi off the bounce. One-time shot from Lavoie, another good save by Rodriguez. 3 shots in the power play for the Rams. Petapovic trying to use the wall. Doesn't get out, though. Back up high. Ferrazzi tried to go for a backdoor play. It wasn't available. Egan was there. I don't know how much you knew about that pass. Dixon was tapping for it. Dixon wants it. He shoots it, and then Rodriguez got a piece of that with his toe. Loose at the side of the net. Rodriguez desperate to cover it up as Downs ended up falling over. Castellano did too. 11 seconds left on the penalty to right. Some really nice looks on this power play for the Rams, but they've been unable to solve Rodriguez in that Rutgers goal. It's only 5'9". He's not the biggest goalie, but he makes his moves across the crease very well, and he gets himself in good position. He reads the play really nicely. Opportunity right off the faceoff. He makes another save. This one was on pace, and that's going to do it for the power play. That's a 5-shot power play for the Rams. They have not been generating a ton of offense at even strength. Maybe the power play will spring their offense into life. Wadika and Cross trying to break their way through, but Rieger will send it in. Not deep, though, as the top line is on for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights right after the penalty kill. That's a dangerous time to see that top line on if you're the opposition. Wadika left wing. He shoots, it's blocked. Rieger got in the way. He tries to clear. Ends up getting cut down by Cross. Rutgers struggling to get it out. Rams in good position again in the offensive zone. Pace hustles over. Overskated for a second. Acuna trying to get it back to Cross. Pace. Playing with some pace. Into the slot. Gets a shot away, and another good save by Rodriguez. Good individual effort there from Pace as Rutgers clears. Hop right through Joseph Paratore. Sophomore in only his 5th game of the year, number 46. Zimmerman cutting to the middle. He's going to get a shot away. He lost his balance. Wanted a penalty that wasn't coming. Looking for a second goal of the period. Cunha cleans that up. Rieger back the other way. Rieger off a leg. Inaway supports. Hogan down in the corner. That one slid through Vaisberg, who needs to go get a change. Rutgers trying to get this second line on completely, and now they finally will. Dixon trying to push ahead. Acuna with a good stick. This is Marco Melandricolo. Remember, inadvertently blocked a shot from his own teammate earlier in the game, and he looks to be okay, and that's a good thing. He was down on the ice for a while. He knocked down that clearing attempt, and he's going to go chase after it in the corner. Acuna's watching. He tried to center. It's off the stick. Acuna might have gone off of Inaway as well, and Rutgers clears again. Here is Kai Inaway, sophomore from Princeton Junction. He is all offense on the blue line. Right shot defenseman. You can never have enough good right shot defensemen. Doesn't matter what level of hockey you're playing. That is a truism that will never not be true. Hogan trying to wriggle away to the front of that. That's a good poke check at the side. It came through nearly for Arredondo, but it wouldn't stick, and now here come the Rams. Melandricolo tried to stay on side, did his best, but his forward momentum carried him over the line. D'Alessandro was doing his best to not beat his teammate into the zone, but to no avail. 12:05 to go here in the second. The goal from Jamie Zimmerman has Rutgers ahead. Very good power play for the Rams that they did not convert on. Generated 5 shots on that power play. Lavoie tried to sweep it in. Slung in by Lafata. Towards D'Andrea. Trying to create some room. This is Joseph D'Alessandro. That shot was blocked. It was Saccone trying to get in. D'Alessandro again. That's a good save by Rodriguez. He looked behind him for a second to see where it was. It was between his pads. Every goalie's worst nightmare. It sneaks between your pads, though you did your best to try to squeeze them. Looking behind to see there's no black speck in that white. There wasn't one. Quick face-off play. Saccone's shot was blocked, canceled out by Egan, who dove to the ice to make that play. He's going to try to hustle. And now bodies are hitting the ice everywhere. Block couldn't get that to stick. Downs will try to use the boards, and it's getting out. Pankey trying to cut through a couple of Rams sweaters. Got to the far side. He almost got that to Hoppler. Gianco Oid's in. Patapovic. He tried to slide that along the ice to get it. But Gianco gets a chance, and that's swallowed up by Richardson. A rare save. That's only the second shot of the period for the Scarlet Knights 9 minutes in. There's been a lot of good pressure from Vin Cacciatore's Rams. Of course, only the second shot of the period, and one of them's gone in, so I think Tony Thomas will take it. Gianco with Pantry and Angress on the ice right now. Angress tried to get it along the wall, as did Pantry. Just along the ice to get it towards the net, but it went to the wall. It's back with Downs. He shoots. Richardson might have seen that a split second later, but the shot didn't have a lot of sting on it. Pantry tried to center it. Pantry goes down, loose at the side of the net. Richardson wants to cover it up and does, and any flashpoint immediately comes to nothing. Thought we were going to see some pushing and shoving. You often see that, of course, at the side of the net and a little bit of a scrum. Teams these days, as they've done throughout the history of hockey at all levels, they will protect their goalie in every situation. Rieger off the face-off, couldn't get it through. Neither could Weisberg, and now Facette against Downs. Rieger's back in support. Right on the ice for Zimmerman. So smooth on his skates, puts the brakes on. Weisberg all the way through to Rieger at a sharp angle shot. Richardson again equal to it. A nice passing play. Generated a sharp angle look. Castellano chips in. Downs went hard into the end boards. He's all right, though. Zimmerman trying to feed it along. Castellano got hit hard once again. Comes back for Lena at the point. Manzi trying to swipe it back out in front. Patapovic trying to make a play. There's a penalty coming up for a cross-check, and I don't think Richardson actually realized there was a penalty call. He was making his way to the bench pretty late. But Rutgers, having to fend in their own zone, ends up costing them a penalty taken by Downs. And so another Rutgers defenseman goes to the box. It was for a cross-check, and now second power play of the period for the Rams trying to tie this game. 9:32 to go in the second period. Their first power play generated 5 shots, looked real good. Loose at the side of the net. Rodriguez is down. The puck is somehow squirmed out the other side. They do not clear, though, and the Rams are right back to work. Ferrazzi, centering pass. He wanted Castellano, couldn't connect, and that was touched. I thought that was touched by D'Andrea on the other side of the line. It wasn't. Lavoie shoots it off the leg of Acuna. Into the slot, though, right onto the stick of Morotek, who clears. Richardson's got to come out to play this. Needs to be careful. Finds Lavoie. Castellano in over the line. What a back check by Morotek, and he's sent Gianco in on a breakaway. Rutgers has already scored one of these in this period. That shot is stopped. Good save by Richardson. He hasn't seen a lot of rubber, but he has to make a very big save there. And Rutgers doing a good job killing off some time on this power play by spending it in the offensive zone. That was a lazy pass. Gianco able to get it back in deep. First power play for the Rams was a really good one. Very connected, very smooth. This one, not as much. But that could change here with Dendra down the right wing. Castellano off the leg of Acuna. He's going to get another chance, set it through. Arator into the corner. Got it back up high now. Dixon wants it. Looks this way. Facette, it rolled through him and cleared. 19 seconds left on the power play. Richardson, that's calmly done again. Dixon with a head of steam. Over the line. Looking for support. He ends up shooting it into Acuna's skates. Bit of a frustrating night for Dixon, although he does get it to Facette. There's traffic in front. Good save. Again by Rodriguez. The rebound cleared to the walls. The penalty's killed. Another chance from Dixon. Came all the way through, and Rodriguez made the stop. Farmingdale State 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Michael Melandrucolo for cross. They play catch in the far corner. Michael Melandrucolo looking for a lane. Another block shot, this one from Egan. He was on the seat of his pants blocking that shot. Luke Lafata with a little switch. Trying to get that out in front off the skate of Acuna. Arator trying to keep it in. Fata has to regroup in the neutral zone. 6:55 to go. Another fast-paced period. Rutgers maintains a 2-1 lead. Farmingdale State has yet to lose a game this season to D3 opposition. Rutgers is 2-0 against D2 opposition. One of those streaks is going to end. Cunha for Inouye. Sticked away by Lafata, and now Pantry ends up getting sent to his own bench. Nearly got sent to his own bench. It was a hard hit. Another outlet pass got deflected. Merviak trying to skate through that pressure. Hogan was right on him. Loose along the wall, and Cross finally slings it in at the end of a shift. Here's Brian Slattery, freshman from Islip, New York, number 72, in his 17th game of the year. Far side for Pace. Right throws the body. Farmingdale State trying to get something set up in the offensive zone. Pace blocked away by Hogan. Rutgers trying to clear. Arredondo and company having trouble. That was Smythe who couldn't get it out. Wadika with good pressure. Hogan was waiting in the neutral zone for that puck to reach him. It finally did. He dumps it in and steered to the corner. It was a 12-10 shot advantage for Rutgers at the end of the first period, and there's only been 10 shots total here in the second, even though we've seen 2 power plays for the Rams. Puck is bouncing like a hot potato, which is strange about how cold it is. Anything hot would be more welcome now than usual. Eventually it's sent in, and Richardson will leave it for Merviak. Wadika trying to settle it. He does. He got that through Dankowski, but it rolled all the way to the corner. The centering pass. Found the stick of Pace. In front, Rodriguez covers. I think that went off of Slattery. Just had his stick on the ice, trying to redirect it somewhere towards the net. In the end, he did. And that is the 8th shot of the period for the Rams, who are having a good period, at least in drawing penalties. Most of their offense has been on the power play. It's really been a struggle for either team in this second period to generate something even strength. It's been not a cautious game, but it's been a game where both teams have been on it defensively. Weisberg to Rieger. It just rolled on top of him, and he ends up rolling into the corner boards. Bad luck there for Rieger. A shot is stopped by Richardson. He saw it late. And another chance from Rieger slides through the blue paint and wide. The net's also off the pegs. I think, again, Zimmerman couldn't keep the play going. Referee put the net back on the pegs while Rutgers had the puck. Interesting enough, Michael Melandrucolo, his shot was blocked. And Vaisberg's just too far for him on the outlet pass. And back with Dixon. Marco and Michael Landricolo. Good pair for this team. Dixon. As Downs got screened by the linesman. And what a great stick by Patapovich. That is a heck of a defensive play. That is a big man going to the ice. And he then got tripped by Parator. It's a power play coming up for Rutgers. Angres cutting to the middle. Backdoor play. They score. Rieger has another one. It's 3-1 Scarlet Knights. What a setup by Angres. Rieger gets his second goal of the game. It starts with a Patapovich play, diving to the ice to break up a centering pass. He got tripped. Would have been a power play, but Rutgers scores on the delayed man advantage, and they now lead 3-1. 5 shots in the period, but 2 have gone in, and it's the top line who once again combines to make something happen. What a great pass by Angres, too. 4th assist of the season for the sophomore from Freehold, New Jersey. Going to try to keep that net on the pegs as it's come out multiple times in the first and second period. But you've got to give a ton of credit to Patapovich, who made a wonderful play in his own end to break up a centering pass, going to the ice. 6'5" right shot defenseman, cutting out a passing angle. He then gets tripped. It's a man advantage, and Angres with a beautiful backdoor pass to find Rieger, the sophomore from Herndon, Virginia. And the Scarlet Knights lead by 2. They have not generated a ton of offense, but their chances have turned into goals. And now the way this game's going, Farmingdale State might be in a little bit of a danger zone. You would like to see them get some offense going, and preferably for them, they need a goal before the period comes to an end. There's 3.5 minutes to go in the second. Manzi flings it in. Acuna will be the first to get there. Andrea comes to meet him. He went hard into the boards. Morotek trying to push it forward. D'Andrea back to the point, and a shot deflects along. Manzi, he did it for the pass. It went through D'Andrea and Lavoie and back the other way, and we get a whistle because this net's off the pegs. I think there was an opportunity to shoot there. It looked like there was a somewhat of an empty net, and instead they go for the pass. Every hockey coach wants his players to be unselfish until the moment when they're too unselfish, and it looks like you're passing up a shot at an empty net. And again, it doesn't matter what level of hockey you're playing at. Everyone's guilty of it at some point, but that might have been the chance for the Rams to get back within 1. Lavoie had it sticked away. This could be trouble. Pankey, he's got Hoppler going to the net. Pankey, and the pass was made a little too long to pull the trigger. As D'Andrea comes the other way, rolls on net, Rodriguez freezes it. I think for Farmingdale State, the frustration is going to be with how little they've created at even strength the entire game, particularly since the early going of this game when they scored on almost 2 minutes in, second or third shift. And since then, they've had good power plays. One, at the very least, was a great power play. But they haven't generated enough offense since, as Hoppler tries to do the same for Rutgers, swept away. Good defensive play, although he keeps it going. Hoppler going to pull the trigger, and Richardson makes the save. 18th shot. Oh, Pankey in. Getting into a bit of a shoving match. Didn't see who that was. Bit of a flashpoint. I think it was Michael Landricolo who he got into a bit of a shoving match with. So much of a shoving match that he's taken a penalty. Well, that's the last thing that the Rams could have done in this situation. Sophomore from Wisconsin, New York. He's now got 24 penalty minutes on the season, and this is a time and place where when you're down by 2, we're almost at the second intermission, you cannot take a penalty like that. Born out of frustration, and now Rutgers, whose top line has generated great offense in this game, now has a chance to go up by 3. This is a must penalty kill, it feels like, right now. Hoppler tried to go down low for Zimmerman. Cut off by Ferrazzi. Rieger, left point, made a move. He shoots, it's blocked in front. It might have hit his own man. I think that actually hit Hoppler and went wide. Zimmerman, back for Rieger, who's on a hat trick. Zimmerman has the other goal tonight. Cross ice feed, he wanted Morotek. Now Patapovic, that's blocked. Manzi got in the way. Manzi tries to clear, doesn't. Patapovic right back to the corner, and Zimmerman settles. There is a 21-second difference between the penalty and game clock. Centering pass is broken up. Ferrazzi trying to break his way in. Patapovic is back to play it, slides it up the wall. Manzi tried to play it back in, but now it's Morotek with Zimmerman. Might be a 2-on-1. Zimmerman wants it. Zimmerman gets it. He couldn't get it to his blade. And a huge hit behind the net to boot. Morotek got crunched. Legally, don't think he saw the hit coming. But another 2-on-1 developed, and that's not the player he wanted to see there. Zimmerman making that opportunity stick. Rieger for Angras and trying to return the favor from that goal earlier. Zimmerman couldn't settle. Pace trying to latch onto it. Rieger will send it back in again. 47 seconds to go in the period. 24 seconds away from a needed kill for the Rams, as they do send it all the way down on the clearance. Downs goes and gets it. Good penalty killing from Pace. Pankey will work his way in. Pankey, another good hit. That was Parator, and it's another penalty coming up. But this one's going to be on the Scarlet Knights. I think it's going to be on the Scarlet. Rodriguez was heading to the bench. And he was heading to the bench in a situation where Pankey ended up taking the penalty. Only his second minor of the season. It's a good thing there wasn't possession there, because otherwise Rodriguez would have been in a bit of trouble. There's 23.6 seconds to go in the period. So we're going to have 3 seconds of 4-on-4, and then a power play that will possibly carry over into this second. In fact, actually, I was about to say, it was a penalty on Farmingdale State. I was wondering why Rodriguez went to the bench on one of his own penalties, and in the end, it was a bizarre sequence. There was an arm in the air. I'd like to see it all cleared up. There's still 5-on-4 for 3 seconds. Downs will play it along the wall. Comes to Hogan, and the shot was blocked and now cleared. Everybody's out of the box now, and the shot just deflects wide. And I think the net's off the pegs again. That at least you can determine with certainty. Been trouble with the net on the pegs all night tonight, must be said. It looked like there was, at point, it was going to be a Rutgers penalty. Then it looked like it was going to be a Farmingdale State penalty. And then it turned out there was no penalty at all. So no harm, no foul. Rutgers and Farmingdale State are both 0 for 2 on the power play. Cleared all the way down over the head of Downs. No icing. Good hit there by Slattery. Chance in front just at the buzzer from Dixon, and it went off the end of his blade and wide. Dixon is the player you want to get one of those chances, and he couldn't bury it. And it's 3-1 Scarlet Knights heading into the second intermission. Zimmerman and Rieger add to the Scarlet Knights lead. Stay with us for the third. We'll be with you in just a little bit. We're going to start this third period from ProSkate Ice Arena in South Brunswick, New Jersey, between Rutgers and Farmingdale State, 4-on-4. There is a minute 33 still left of penalties. They were coincidental minors to Joseph Paratore and Dominic Pankey. That was what all that was about at the end of the second period, if you caught our confusion. Anyway, we're going 4-on-4. It was a bizarre sequence, but we have it all sorted out now. I'm Matthew Aaron. Thank you for being with us at Breakout Sports. Rutgers leads at 3-1. Gavin Rieger here has 2 goals. Jamie Zimmerman has the other. He was looking for the hat trick. It was stopped by Luke Richardson, although Zimmerman just collided with the end boards. That's not good at all. He just wiped out and went hard into the boards. Hopefully he is okay. He's getting up a little slow. I think he's going to be fine. Just toe picked at the exact wrong spot. I mean, we've talked a lot about Zimmerman, the sophomore from Basking Ridge, New Jersey. Came into the game with 21 goals and 12 assists, 33 points. He has a goal tonight. Tied for 5th in goals in AAU, M3 coming into this game. He's been fantastic. Rieger's been fantastic. That entire line has been fantastic. But the trouble is for Zimmerman was, unfortunately, catching a divot in the ice in the wrong spot and going hard into the boards. Now, here's Noah Lavoie, freshman from Holmes, New York, number 2, tried to circle the net. There were too many Rutgers players around. And now we head the other way. Here's Patapovich, a high shot. Almost got his own rebound. Richardson is a little stung by that. Hopefully he's okay. I think that shot hit him in a space he was not expecting it to, and he's going to try to work that out. It was a high shot from Patapovich. And, of course, again, as a 6'5" right shot defenseman, he's really got a chance to put some power behind that. Morotek trying to back-check Manzi and take that puck away, and the Scarlet Knights eventually do. Another player wiped out behind the play for the Rams. Now it's Acuna looking to shoot it in. Hogan goes to get it. Tried to center. Could not find Egan. Hogan tried to sweep it free and keep the play alive, but now Dixon back the other way. This is Nick D'Alessandro trying to get it for Dixon. Out in front there is Dixon. He never got a shot away. Pankey was watching closely the whole time just after coming out of the penalty box. Pankey trying to use his speed. He did not get there ahead of Michael Melandrucolo, and it is icing. 1:57 into period number 3. Rutgers had a 12-10 shot advantage after 1. It was a 19-17 shot advantage for the Rams after 2. Both teams are 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Farmingdale State coming in with a 12-8, 2-0 record. First in the ECHE Black Division. They have struggled of late, but this is their first game since December 7th, as we talked about before, and they only have 4 games left in the season, and they've got a 3-game weekend next weekend. It's going to be very difficult for them as a shot from the far wall from Dixon is held by Aaron Rodriguez. Rutgers 14-4-1. They beat Yeshiva 11-5 on Monday. In the ECHE Silver, they are in first place. Last year, they were 10-9 through this stretch of time. And this is the first meeting between these teams this season. The first since the ECHE quarterfinals in which Farmingdale State eliminated Rutgers a year ago. But this Rutgers team, this is a force to be reckoned with, and we're going to be talking about them in tournament time, which is about a month from now. Not a whole lot of regular season games left to play for these squads. Saccone, senior for Core New York, number 21. Across to his defense partner, and now on the outlet, it's Ferrazzi. Left wing, shooting one high over the net. That could have been trouble at the blue line. It might still be trouble. Hoppler is not going to reach this. It went on net, and Richardson plays it to the wall. Hoppler had a breakaway earlier in this game that he couldn't convert on. Zimmerman also had a breakaway, which he did convert on. Gianco throws his man to the boards. Pankey and Gianco trying to work down low. Centering pass. He wanted Hoppler, but broken up in front. Another opportunity to shoot that wasn't taken. That's a bouncing puck that makes its way to Rodriguez. Good save. Dankowski ended up wiping out. Big hit along the near boards, too, in that sequence. Rutgers able to clear. don't want to play sorely soak up the pressure kind of hockey. Rutgers, they have a 2-goal lead. They've got plenty of offense to work with, but game's definitely not over yet. Not against a Farmingdale State team that averages 5.4 goals a game themselves. Marco Melandrucolo a save, and a rebound. Where's the puck? It is between the pads of Rodriguez. Did not have enough juice to get over the line. Another situation where Rodriguez had to look behind him to see whether he ended up inadvertently letting that puck squeeze through. He didn't. Marco Melandrucolo, the freshman from Wisconsin, New York, was looking for his 4th goal of the season. Nearly forced that one through the pads of the Rutgers goalie. It didn't quite have the juice. Gianco shoots, and Richardson makes a stop and holds on for a face-off. What Farmingdale State was definitely hoping for as a team that is 2-5 since November 15th. It was 2-5 at a stretch from November 15th to the 7th of December. Is that the long break for the holidays and the start to the new semester, it would give them a chance to reset and find their form and their sea legs again. But it kind of feels like the same team that went into the break is coming out of it. There's a penalty coming up. Penalty coming up. I think this one's against Rutgers for a rough. Let's see. And Patapovich has made his way to the penalty box. So, big defenseman has 38 penalty minutes now on the season. That's not a surprise. When he is towering over everyone else on the ice, sometimes you're going to take penalties like that. I don't think Pantry liked the explanation he got from the referee, but it is a massive power play opportunity here for the Rams. One in which I think Vin Cacciatore will tell you they probably have to score. Got to start with winning a face-off, and Rutgers eventually clears it. Went spiked off a leg all the way down the other end. Dixon, who's had some shots tonight, but has overall been pretty quiet, is going to lead the rush. Arredondo back-checking. Cross, and Dixon in the corner. Dixon surveys. Towards the front, it got blocked on the way in, and Rodriguez got a piece of it as well. What do the Rams have to offer on this power play? Dixon, that's a decent pass, but no one able to connect with it there. And Rutgers clears again. Lafada couldn't settle that. Dixon will lead the charge. 1:10 to go on the power play. Parator trying to push it ahead. D'Alessandro finds Lafada, and now Dixon. Cross-ice feed to no one in particular. Wadika back to the point. Parator. Cunha's back defensively. Cunha desperate for an out. Now gets help from Inouye. He should be able to get this out. He does. Not a whole lot going on in this power play for Farmingdale State. Had some good power plays in the second period. The first power play generated 5 shots. Not a lot going on in the second one. Not a lot going on in this one, except Alessandro ends up getting a chance to center that, and the shot went wide. I think that was Ferrazzi who had the look. Back with Dixon. Pantry watching. Dixon sharp angle. Did that hit the post? It came out the other side in a hurry anyway. And all the way back down to Richardson. And then Lafada will have to play it. It looks like another empty power play for the Rams, who are now 0 for 3, a team that's averaging just about a goal a game on the man advantage. Has not been able to convert on one of their 3 opportunities tonight. Point shot is stopped. That came from D'Alessandro, Joseph D'Alessandro. Rodriguez again is able to make the save. He's able to play it down low to the front of the net. That puck is still loose at some skates, and it almost found Lavoie. So Cone fires back in again. Cleared hard to the wall. It's beyond Rieger. It's going to come back in on Rodriguez, and he steered that up into the mesh. We've played 6:51 of period number 3. It's good to see Jamie Zimmerman back on the ice after earlier in this period careening hard into the sideboards, back first, but he seems to be okay. He's able to push that back. Patapovich. Zimmerman able to force it ahead. Lena. Manzi. And now Wadika with a shot, and I think Rodriguez got a piece of that. Patapovich comes the other way. Slings it ahead, almost found Rieger. Again, Rieger on hat trick watch. Came in with 14 goals. He's going to leave with at least 16. Kept in by Pace at the point. Sent that through, but blocked on the way in before Rodriguez ever got to it. Rieger the other way. Manzi's back, as is Lena. Rieger ended up skating into trouble, and Wadika comes back to play. Gets through Zimmerman. Rieger trying to back check it free. Downs now has it. To his defense partner, Patapovich. Zimmerman. Everything he does looks like it's on his toes at all times. Is Weisberg and into the slot. That wasn't cleared. Patapovich has it. Rieger again trying to funnel it back to the point. Instead went down the wall. Zimmerman makes a nice move. Zimmerman to the front. He never got a shot away. And now Richardson got collided into. He lost his stick. The puck left the zone and came back in again. Thankfully, Richardson seems to be okay. I don't know what exactly hit him. I don't know if it was a stick or a body. It's going to come all the way down. That's going to be icing? Yeah. 11:39 to go in the third period. Again, only 12 shots on goal since the first period for the Rams. Only 7 for Rutgers, but 2 have gone in. And so you might have expected this game to have a little bit more offensive juice than it's had, considering, again, you've got teams that average over 5 goals a game. They can score for fun, but in this case, it's been pretty tight checking, and it hasn't been the most physical game. Usually these D3 games can be pretty physical, but in this case, it's been a lot of missed plays, missed opportunities, some good stick checks. That's really where these plays have broken down. Wadika, right wing side. He couldn't get it back to Pace. Nice pass in away. Morotek over the line. Angress whistles one high. Inaway looks down low. Morotek and Angress sent on net. Gianco gets another opportunity with a rebound, and Richardson swallows it up. If Rutgers gets a 4th goal, that might be game over at this rate. I just don't think Farmingdale State has generated enough on offense. They play Fairfield, Columbia, and Sacred Heart. 3 games, 3 days next weekend. Busy, busy stretch. Rutgers is right back out of here tomorrow in Breakout Sports against Ramapo, another D2 team, so doesn't get any easier. Slattery, centering pass, and that came back to Castellano, who scored the goal in the first period, and he missed the net wide. Another tip in the slot doesn't go. Gonna see the Rams try to push for one now. They have to. Arredondo will look ahead. Turn back the other way. Slattery trying to force it in. He's got it in the left wing, left circle, trying to drag it around back in front. Rodriguez had that near post covered. And another good clearance, but not a particularly deep one. Rodriguez went to catch that and missed. That was Joseph D'Alessandro who flipped it back in. Castellano looking to center it out in front, and it's a chance for Slattery, but another good defensive play all the way back in front of Rodriguez's net. .10-12 to go in period number 3. Rutgers, they're not clinging to a 3-1 lead. They're playing good defensive hockey in front of Rodriguez to keep this 3-1 lead. And for the Rams, I just don't think they've generated the offense they would have liked to at 5-on-5 specifically. Perazzi, another chance. Rodriguez makes the save on the wing. Dixon Desperate to get it back out in front. Nothing doing. Pankey. Got by Lena. Pankey trying to find Hoppler. Didn't connect. Ferrazzi. Left wing. That's a nice play defensively by Wright. This is Nick D'Alessandro trying to set away into the zone. They have to go all the way back to Lena. Now they will try the entry again. Wright back behind his own net. Slings it to the point. It's not out. Lena's shot was blocked. Comes this way. Dixon trying to get a shot. Good save, Rodriguez. And this rebound is poked wide by D'Alessandro. And Hoppler going to skate the other way. Gets through the Dixon check. Trying to work his way free, and then there's just too many bodies. Now that's going to be a penalty, though. Oh, that's not a penalty you could take if you're the Rams. Hoppler is on his own. There is nobody else in white in the offensive zone. A lot to sort out here. But we know there's going to be a power play coming up for the Scarlet Knights at the very least. Referees sorting it out with the scorers table. We don't get to hear those announcements until the PA makes them. So we'll see how many go up on the board. There might be 2 penalties called here. One of them was a rough for the initial penalty. Manzi, 22 is up there, so that's Kevin Manzi. And we'll see if another ends up getting added. That's what I think the conversation is that maybe unsportsmanlike conduct. I think I just saw the linesman say 5-on-4, so it's going to be 1 penalty, I think. Yeah, it's going to be 5-on-4. So that's going to be the only penalty. It'll be Manzi that goes. 3rd power play for Rutgers. And if it was a must-kill earlier when Rutgers had a power play at the end of the 2nd period for the Rams, this is a must-kill. 9 minutes to go. 2 goals is not insurmountable. 3 might be. Got to keep your eyes out for Rieger. He is on hat-trick watch. Fanned on getting that puck down low. Zimmerman's going to get to it. Weisberg this way, hash marks to the slot. Angress wasn't available. Rieger goes cross-ice. That went off the stick of D'Andrea. And back to center. Patapovic running the point here. He'll reset for Weisberg. Weisberg, Zimmerman, cross-ice to Rieger. Looking for that backdoor play to Weisberg. Pass had too much heat on it. Patapovic to Zimmerman. Weisberg with a shot. He scores. #15th of the year for David Weisberg, and the Scarlet Knights lead 4-1. The only part of that top line thus far tonight that hadn't scored, and he just did. Might be a backbreaker for the Rams. Manzi in that spot, silly penalty to take. Ended up taking it, and now the Scarlet Knights have a 3-goal lead and might be in the clear. And they gave up the goal less than 2 minutes in. Scored 2 minutes later and have imposed their will since. This Rutgers team, really impressive performance tonight. There's no doubt about that. Came in ranked 8th in AAU. Had been in the top 5 at times this season. Well, they're playing like a top 5 team tonight. I don't think you could doubt that. Gianco and Morotek trying to keep this play alive in the offensive zone. Paintree unable to get to him. Look at the work from Gianco. It's great offensive zone work. Richardson short side, unable to do much more than kick it along. Down to the shot, redirects on it. Richardson had to swipe it out of trouble. Morotek couldn't return it to Paintree. Gianco, Morotek, that was stopped. Great shift after a power play goal for the Scarlet Knights in the offensive zone. They're not letting off the throttle. Herviak trying to get rid of it. Eventually Pace does, and Patapovic will hit Morotek inadvertently. That'll end up springing him into the zone. The drop pass for Gianco. Now Patapovic. He looks to get a shot away. Pace sticked it free for a second. Patapovic swings it near side. Downs trying to get there. He's Almost did. The puck is still sitting there. Hogan's going to blast one, and Richardson makes the stop. Hogan again. Circling free. Dixon just had to fork it ahead, but there wasn't a whole lot of support as Rutgers is just keeping this in the offensive zone. Excellent shifts from the Scarlet Knights. Hogan to the front, and Biangianco downs. Wisely keeps it rolling. Hogan couldn't keep it alive. Now finally the Rams are out, but they have nowhere to go. Monaco wasn't able to get that deep. Manzi trying to return it this way. It's still loose along the boards, and it's taken by Pace, who tries to play with some. They need to score with Pace right now. Donald Pace all the way in, and the shot got blocked. You got another chance, and Rodriguez, a diving stop. Very good save by Rodriguez. I would say he hasn't been overly tested since that early flurry in the first period. That might have been his best save. Also wonder when Farmingdale State might pull the goaltender. But before that, there's a roughing penalty coming up. Let's see who this is on. Rodriguez was down in his stance. There was some traffic in front of the net. And it's going to be Marco Melandricolo, I think, who's taken the penalty. Only his second minor of the season. And with 5:59 to go, Rutgers already has a power play goal. They've almost salted this game away. Now they have a chance to put an exclamation point on it if they're able to bury one here. Again, keep your eyes peeled on Rieger, 14 in white. Far side, he's on hat trick watch. Everybody on this top line tonight has scored for the Scarlet Knights. Rieger has the puck at the hash marks. Backdoor Zimmerman, turns and shoots. Richardson makes the stop. He gets another chance. That was stopped as well. Saccone able to clear. Rutgers 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. They are 8-1-1 in their last 10. It looks like it's about to be 9-1-1. Rutgers this season is 6-0, and he'll make it 7-0 because Morotek has his first goal of the year. The freshman from Morristown, New Jersey, on a backdoor feed. He got lost in coverage. And the Scarlet Knights are up 5-1. Ryan Morotek getting a great opportunity tonight to get to play with this top line on the power play. And he gets a goal now to show for it. He's been very noticeable, 16 in white all night. And pretty impressive. And the entire Scarlet Knights team has been very impressive. This is a play that generated out of nothing, and it just seems like spirit's been broken for the Rams. Again, they scored less than 2 minutes into this game, and it looked like we're going to have a pretty even one, but Rutgers got that breakaway from Zimmerman early in the second. A couple power plays for the Rams don't convert. And then their will just kind of got squeezed out of them as Rutgers has played some really good defensive hockey. More bodies hitting the ice as Rodriguez made a couple of saves. A point shot doesn't reach the net. Wright blocked it in front. And now Smythe. Oh, that is a big hit. A real big one. That was from Noah Lavoie all the way in. There was an opportunity for D'Andrea. He couldn't stuff it, and he goes down in the blue paint. Bodies hitting the ice. Rodriguez doesn't like it very much. Another arm's in the air, and there are more penalties coming, and I think D'Andrea is going to end up getting the penalty. And it's all gone very wrong for the Rams at the end of this game. Had that power play down 2, thinking you needed to score perhaps, but unable to get anything going. In fact, the penalty's on Dankowski for Rutgers, his first penalty of the season, so the Rams are going to get a power play. I thought there might be a penalty on Rutgers to boot, but there isn't going to be one. Another penalty on the Rams, I should say, in addition to the one on Rutgers. But now, for the Rams, it might be too little too late. And down 4, it's not even necessarily a time when you would consider pulling your goaltender. Centering pass is broken up. Lavoie, Dixon, fan on the one-timer. It's been a tough night for him. Has not had many tough nights. He's having one tonight. 16 in black. Castellano chased back at his own corner. Gianco doing a really good job of keeping that pressure on. That Castellano goal feels like it was ages ago. Not just in game time, but in just the tempo and tenor of the game. Scoring really early in your first game after a 6+ week layoff. Super impressive, and then Rutgers just reestablished their will. And so this is going to be the first loss for the Rams this season in a game against a D3 opponent. They had been unbeaten prior to this. And got a couple more coming up. Good news is they're going to get a week to think about it before their 3-game weekend next weekend. Inouye looking to clear. He doesn't. Comes towards Lavoie. He couldn't settle. Dixon. Ball was open. He didn't take it with him. 3:25 to go in the game. There's 44 on the power play left. There's a good save by Rodriguez on Ferrazzi. Rodriguez is going to get to 8-1 on the season. His goals against was a shade under 3, save percentage above 900. Those numbers are going to tick up. He's 28 for 29 tonight. And you really can't beat that. Hugely impressed with him. More impressed with the way Rutgers has defended as a team because he has not faced a high volume of chances or a high quality of chances. This is Parator going for Facette, and he missed the net. And another chance. That misses the net, too. Parator tried to sling that through traffic, and it is once again cleared. And I just don't think Rodriguez has been tested in the way that the Rams would have wanted to test him. And that's, again, a credit to the layers of defense that Rutgers is playing. They're making it real hard. Nick D'Alessandro tried to cut in. Another chance. Flutters over the top. Facette trying to play catch behind the net. Anything right now for the Rams might be a consolation. That's a swing and a miss from Lafata, who ends up falling over to boot. Alessandro tried to wriggle away from Arredondo, cleared ahead, and now Rieger. All that's left at this point is see if he's going to get his hat trick. Stopped by Richardson. Wanted to cover it up. He could not, though. And then Lafata will skate the other way. 2 minutes to go. Rutgers is on its way to its 15th win of the season. 15 wins in 20 as Rodriguez swallows that puck up from a sharp angle. It's a really good team. And, oh, boy, this got a little nasty in a hurry. Patapovic didn't like something we saw at the side of the net. I mean, the result is not in doubt at this point. I think the referees just want to prevent this from becoming a gong show. And as Cross goes back to the bench, looking cross, for lack of a better term. And it's Manzi who is going to the box in even more of a heap. That's a roughing penalty. There's some frustration over on that Farmingdale State bench, and you can understand the frustration. No, it is a power play for Rutgers at this point. There's a penalty on the board for Rieger. He's in the box, too. So no chance for a hat trick if he's going to spend the rest of the game in the box. And there's one penalty on the board, but there's a couple players in the box. It is a power play right now for the Rams, and it will last the rest of this game if they don't score. Thrown back to the point beyond Parator, who's running the point. First goal of the game for the Rams, and then Rutgers has scored the next 5. Dixon down the wall at the hash marks, now swoops down low and through it beyond everybody. It's been that kind of night for the Farmingdale State Rams. A very tough night for them. trying to find their footing again, trying to find their confidence again, and they have not been able to find it. Thought early on maybe we would see the team that we saw at the start of the season for them, but that's not what we... Rutgers is picking up right where it left off. They've got another game tomorrow, and they're going to be going in feeling great about themselves. A minute to go in the third period. It's about a 1 second difference between the penalty and game clock, though it might be immaterial. Sharp angle shot from Dixon is stopped. It comes back to Parator. He shoots, and Rodriguez, I think, made another save through traffic. Well done. Rodriguez still making saves to the end. Comes to the side of net, D'Alessandro. And another chance. It's loose in the blue paint. Rutgers clears. And another chance. Wide Parator. And a whistle blows with 35.9 seconds to go. A little bit more pushing and shoving. That's Wright and D'Alessandro in front of the net. And the frustration for Farmingdale State just evident. And the looks on their faces, some of the frustration. Great credit to Rutgers. They have induced this frustration the way they've played. Dixon to Parator. Circling. D'Alessandro. Can Farmingdale State get one before this game comes to an end? Arredondo able to clear it. Maybe one more chance for the Rams tonight. They have to hustle if they want that chance, and they're going to try. Fada sends it ahead. Dixon, right wing side, fires one. Rodriguez save. He gets his own rebound. Rodriguez again, another save, and it's swept out of trouble at the buzzer. What an impressive performance tonight from the Scarlet Knights, winning this one 5-1 in the end. 34 saves for Aaron Rodriguez. He was fantastic. A lot of those chances came at the end of the game when the result wasn't much in doubt. But he was great when he needed to be, and the entire team in front of him was fantastic. Rutgers 5-1 winners. They get their 15th win, 9th loss for Farmingdale State. Perhaps we will see these teams play again down the line. For Breakout Sports, I'm Matthew Aaron. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast tonight.